Hi Lakewood 7th graders, this is Miss V again, and this is Quarter 2, Week 3, Video 2. And today we're going to talk all about multiplying and dividing rational numbers, and then we're going to generalize some rules that will make it easier and faster for us to do that. So let's do some examples. I like to start with the easy examples, so I'm going to start with something like 6 times 2. So if we take 6 and we multiply it times 2, we get 12. Now, we can also multiply -6 times 2, and the quantity we get, or the magnitude, is 12, but the sign is negative. Think of this as having two groups of -6. Well, if we added -6 to -6, we would get -12. The same happens if we multiply 6 times -2. We think of this as having 6 groups of -2, and that gives us -12. The one that feels a little counterintuitive is when we multiply -6 times -2, and we get +12. We didn't anticipate that happening, right? So think of this as taking away 6 groups of -2. And that actually makes you move in a positive direction. So what we've got right here are some generalizations that say when the signs of the numbers are the same, we're going to get a positive number. And when the signs of the numbers are different, we're going to get a negative number. Keep in mind, this only works with multiplying and dividing. It doesn't work with it adding and subtracting. And if you need proof of that, go back and watch yesterday's video on adding and subtracting rationals. So let's do a few more. What if we had 6 divided by 2? And we can write that like this, or we can write that like that. Then we would see how many times does 2 go into 6, and the answer would be 3. But if we follow our rule up here and we divide -6 by 2, then we would have to say the answer is -3. And the reason it is because the signs in our problem, one of them is negative and one of them is positive. So since the signs are different, the sign of our answer is going to be negative. Likewise, if we divided 6 by -2, we would as well get -3 because the signs of the numerator and the denominator are different, and so we get a negative number. And here's the odd one. It is when we divide -6 by -2, and we end up getting a +3. And again, we can write this as -6 divided by 2 or as 6 divided by -2. Either one of these ways of writing this division problem work just the same way, so don't let the different notations confuse you. I think that is about it for multiplying and dividing rational numbers. So what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to take your worksheet out and do some practice, review the video if you feel like you need to, and ask good questions.